What's up, everybody? Welcome back if you're a subscriber. If you're new, welcome. So today, guys, we're going to start things off by talking about some big news. Walmart, of all places, is quietly preparing to enter the Metaverse. Absolutely crazy, right? So we not only had, this whole Metaverse thing has started with Meta, with Facebook changing their name to Meta. And then we have all these other companies, Microsoft, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. These big brands are starting to come into the Metaverse because this is where the big opportunity lies when it comes to building out this new technology, when it comes to non-fungible tokens and also the virtual reality headsets that we see. I think I heard that the Oculus Quest 2 was one of the most popular gifts this past Christmas. So that's pretty cool. So this virtual reality, this metaverse, this NFT thing is just absolutely booming in the last couple months or so. But yeah, let's read this article here. We can see right here. So Walmart appears to be venturing into the metaverse with plans to create its own cryptocurrency and collection of NFTs. The big box retailer filed several new trademarks late last month that indicates that its intent to make and sell virtual goods. In a separate filing, the company said it would offer users a virtual currency as well as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. The big box retailer has filed several new trademarks late last month that indicate its intent to make and sell virtual goods, including electronics, home decoration, toys, sporting goods, and personal care products. In a separate filing, the company said it would offer users a virtual currency as well as NFTs. So Walmart is planning to create its own NFTs, its own cryptocurrency. So Gerben said that ever since Facebook announced it was changing its company name to Meta, signaling its ambitions beyond social media, businesses have been rushing to figure out how they will fit into a virtual world. So like I was saying, you got all these companies like Nike, Adidas, and I think this article also talks about that as well. So yeah, Nike filed a slew of trademark applications in early November that previewed its plans to sell virtual branded sneakers and apparel. Later that month, it said it was teaming up with Roblox to create an online world called Nike Land. In December, it bought the virtual sneaker company Artifact. Just in case you guys don't know how to pronounce that, RTFKT is pronounced Artifact, for an undisclosed amount. Gap has also started selling NFTs of its iconic logo sweatshirts. The apparel maker said its NFTs would be priced in tiers ranging from roughly $8.30 to $415 and come with a physical hoodie. Just a quick plug on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, last week I did post a Instagram story about the actual NFT Gap release. So Gap actually released some common tier NFTs last week. They also just released their rare tier NFTs this past Saturday, I believe, but I totally forgot about it. I missed out on that. But yeah, so they had their rare tier release on this past Saturday. And now they also have something coming up, their Epic drop on January 19th, which is this Wednesday coming up. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. So you got Gap entering the metaverse with their own set of NFTs. Meantime, both Under Armour's and Adidas NFT debuts sold out last month. So Adidas partnered up with the Bored Ape Yacht Club. They also partnered up with G Money, which is a NFT influencer. And I think there was somebody else as well. I totally forgot who it was. Adidas, Originals, and NFT Pioneers, G Money, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and Punk's Comics. Right, so Punk's Comics. But also Under Armour released their own NFTs through Steph Curry with his sneaker release. So yeah, you can definitely see they got Urban Outfitters, Ralph Lauren is jumping into this as well, yada yada yada. But yes, you can see a lot of these big companies right now are jumping into the metaverse. This is the big thing that's coming up. I actually went to see one of my friend's mom yesterday, and she was really interested in learning about Bitcoin. But I told her that I myself is not very heavily invested into Bitcoin because I'm more interested in this NFT side of things, in this metaverse side of things. And I was explaining to her about the NFTs. I showed her my Cool Cats NFTs. I showed her the Bored Ape Yacht Club, how it's like valued at almost like $300,000 for one particular Bored Ape, right? For the cheapest Bored Ape right now. And I showed her like the virtual reality headset. I allowed her to try out the Oculus Quest 2, and she absolutely loves it. She actually wants me to come over again to talk more about Ethereum and how to use OpenSea and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. But you can see where this huge demand, or not demand, but you can see where this world is transitioning into a virtual world or a digital world. And also, if you look at CNBC, they also have a video here on the bottom of this article. I'm going to play this video for you guys.
NFT sales topping $4 billion in the past month, according to new data, and companies like Nike eager to cash in. But it's not just sales of digital art that have investors' attention. Virtual experiences like going to a sports game with your friends in the metaverse, that's the next frontier in this technology, or so says my next guest. Joining me now is Roger Dickerman. He's the CEO of the NFT marketplace Artifacts. Roger, it's great to have you. I guess the big question for everybody is crypto has lost some momentum lately and tech's struggling. Is what's happening with the NFT world? How are valuations holding up?
Kelly, great to talk to you again. The NFT market is holding up quite well right now. In the first 13 days of the year 2022, we're looking at $3 billion worth of trading volume. Quite a lot. Some of it's speculative, but again, holding up right now.
And I think it's a very interesting sort of early test case, the way that Bored Apes versus CryptoPunks are using their IP and their communities. As people start to ask about Web3 and how that's going to look, these are two different approaches. Bored Apes, it's much more community-based. You get access, you know, if you hold some of the artwork, to a lot more, whereas with the CryptoPunks, not so much. What is that doing to valuations?
Yeah, the big topic of the past month in the NFT space has been, when will Bored Apes flip CryptoPunks? Meaning, when will they become more valuable? We see Larva Labs, the parent company of CryptoPunks, they are the legacy brand. They don't want to interact with the community as much. They're running it more traditionally, meaning they are not passing IP to the end user. However, Bored Apes is the newer school of these avatar profile picture projects. The owners have leaned into the community. They are passing CCO. That's Creative Commons, meaning they're basically saying, there is no copyright here. You take it. You do what you want with it. If you want to start a brewery, you can slap a Bored Ape on the beer can. If you want to license your Bored Apes to a music label to create a cartoon brand, you can do that. And we actually have seen the latter.
And that feels to me more in keeping with the Web3 kind of point and purpose and ideology, if we want to call it that. It's funny, though, Roger, at a time when everyone explains the metaverse by saying, yeah, you can wear your Nike hoodie in the metaverse, but Bored Apes are taking their digital art and then letting you use it in the real world.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you just mentioned Nike as well. You see another different approach there. So Bored Apes have partnered with Adidas. Nike has purchased RTSKT, pronounced Artifact Studios. They have purchased them. We don't know exactly for how much, but we have seen Artifact Studios since their inception nearly a year ago. They have over $300 million in primary and secondary gross income.
And tell me more about this Artifact and why did Nike go this route?
Yeah, Artifact, we can break down. They have a lot of things going for them. They've been wildly innovative, again, in the space for just about a year now. Let's go to three areas. So number one, they came in, surprisingly, as a shoe company. They were obsessed with shoes, and they brought shoes in partnership with the top artist, Fewocious. By the way, happy birthday, Fewocious. But they created shoes together. The NFTs that you received and purchased actually unlocked physical shoes that were sent to your door. That was pretty fascinating. Move on to step two, they create Clone X. Much like Bored Apes and CryptoPunks, that was their expression of a profile picture project that did amazingly well, teamed up with the world-renowned artist Takashi Murakami. And then go to the third area, an area I'm quite interested in. You may have heard of digital real estate. Mm-hmm. They're leaning into gallery real estate through a partnership with a company called On Cyber.
So gallery real estate in the metaverse.
Imagine you owned a gallery and you could put whatever you wanted on the walls, and you could put sculptures throughout the room, and eventually you could invite your friends in to share that experience with you. And imagine strapping on a VR headset or whatever that crazy future might look like, right, and hosting a party for your friends with a lot of art.
No, I can imagine it in the metaverse, I can imagine it in the real world, and I can see how they're all quickly colliding. Interesting to know it's still off to a strong start this year. Roger, thanks for your time today.
So yeah, guys, I just want to show you that quick video. I find it's really cool that CNBC did like a nice little segment on the metaverse and NFTs for anyone that is not too familiar with it, or it's a new concept for them. But also in the beginning of the video, the woman was saying that, she was mentioning the fact that the rest of the crypto market is just trading sideways right now, and that there's a big boom in the NFT space right now, right? And we see that, and all of us here right now, that it's involving NFTs, we know that already, where when cryptos trade sideways, NFTs usually run during those times. So that is pretty cool. Now, if you have any family members or friends that are trying to get into this Metaverse and NFTs thing, highly recommend you showing them that video I just showed you, because, it's a nice little, introduction, and it shows you, or even show this article. I mean, you can see where it outlines all these companies right now are getting into the Metaverse, because, this world right now is basically moving towards a digital world, right? All right, so let's move on to Veve. Now, a lot of you guys who watch my channel are more involved with the Ethereum network, where you trade NFTs on OpenSea. I know some of you guys trade NFTs on Solana, but a lot of you guys that watch this channel aren't very familiar with Veve. So, I know one of you guys left a comment on my last video that you wanted me to talk more about Veve. So let's talk a little bit more about Veve, because this is where all the money is. Basically, this is where a lot of the money right now is being made. And even though crypto right now is just trading sideways and not doing much, my portfolio in like dollar amount is actually at its all-time high right now. And, Veve, NFTs on Veve are mooning, and that's definitely helping my case. Some NFT collections on OpenSea is actually mooning as well. So my portfolio is doing very well, pretty much at its all-time high right now, even despite the rest of the crypto markets just trading sideways. But Veve, so the big thing with Veve, a lot of these NFTs, actually the big story is the secret rare Spider-Man. So let me try and find the secret rare Spider-Man here. So the secret rare Spider-Man, the floor price of the secret rare Spider-Man right now is basically at $100,000. So you can see right now it's 99.9K, which is really 100,000, right? We can just round it up to 100,000. But that is absolutely crazy. So this Spider-Man right here, it's also animated. Obviously, I don't have a copy of this, so I wouldn't be able to put it into augmented reality. But this Spider-Man right here is animated. So, flips around, spins webs. Pretty cool stuff. So this guy right now is worth $100,000, and I'm still having such huge regret back in August when I saw it right after the drop. People were listing it for $2,000 or even as low as $1,900 at one point. And I had so much time to buy it, but I just did not do it. I just did not do it. So I am definitely regretting that big time. Luckily, I do have a couple of common Spider-Mans that I got on the drop back in early August. Oh my god, the cheapest common Spider-Man right now is 1.4K. Where in the world are you gonna turn 40 bucks at the time, right? So I was able to get 2 Spider-Mans for 40 bucks each, and now the floor price right now is $1,400. How many X's is that? That's insane. That's insane. 1,400 divided by let me see, what's that right now? 1,400 divided by 40. How many X's is that? 35X. That's a 35X right there. Let me see how much the uncommon. So let me see how much the uncommon right now is going for. Actually, let me look at the rare. So the rare, I do have one of these. I was able to pick one of these up on the secondary market just shortly after the drop. So right now the rare right now is 2.1K. Pretty damn nice. And the uncommon usually sometimes lags behind the common. I have 2 copies of these, or 2 editions. So right now, $990. So that is insane. Yeah, and I spent 50 bucks each on these uncommon Spider-Mans back on the drop back in August. And like I was saying in my last video, these Spider-Mans at drop, the commons, I think the uncommon did sell out like shortly after, or maybe like a day after, but then the common Spider-Man for days wasn't even sold out. There were still leftovers on the market that you could just buy for 40 gems, and people were actually selling it at a loss on the secondary market for like 34 gems. So that's great. Let me see what the ultra rare Spider-Man. I don't have this one. I wish I did. But the ultra rare Spider-Man right now is 9.6K, so just under 10K. Let's look at the Todd McFarlane Batman, which just crossed the 5-figure mark. So the Todd McFarlane Batman, let's go here to Batman Black and White. So Todd, the first ever Veve NFT. right now is worth 13.2K. So that's amazing. In my last video, Todd was only 9,200. So you can see in a span of what, 3-4 days, it's already up 4,000 gems, right? Or $4,000. Rizzo, how much is Rizzo worth right now? Rizzo, 24,000, so about the same. The uncommon Batman, I do have one of these. I got one of these for $300 at the time back in August. Right now the floor price is 2,100. So nice 7x right there. What else here? Captain America. So Captain America, I do have a common, an uncommon, a rare. I actually don't have an ultra rare. I wish I had an ultra rare so I can complete the set. But I do have a secret rare that I purchased for 1,900 back in the summer. And right now, Captain America secret rare right now is 6,700. So not too bad. The only downside with Captain America that is it's not a first appearance. So that's one of the reasons why it's not worth as much. But still, I mean, it's a nice statue. And it's also animates as well if you have the secret rare and the ultra rare. But the actual first appearance Captain America is one of these Marvel Mighties. So Marvel Mighties, I'll show you. Very cartoonish, kids-like characters, like these little characters here. Steve Rogers was the one, right? So this is the first appearance Captain America. And these guys, wow, I have 2 copies of these, or 2 editions of these. So that you can see this is the first appearance Captain America. And I think these were going for 13 gems, right? At the drop. I didn't actually pick some at the drop. I actually bought some off the secondary market when people were actually selling it for a loss for like 8-9 gems. And if you look at Steve Rogers right now, if you go on the secondary market, it is worth 200 gems right now. So, I mean, where are you going to turn like $8-9 into $200 like that? That's insane. Now, the Marvel Mighties, I would recommend you do check them out. And I actually came across a YouTube channel yesterday where they talked about, or they're speculating that there's going to be like some kind of play-to-earn game or some kind of game that involves these Marvel Mighties. And this YouTube video here, this is from Veve Vision. So I recommend you go to their channel, check it out. So this is titled "The Real Reason Veve Released the Marvel Mighties." Yeah, I mean, there's obviously some kind of reason where, you know, like this right here is the first appearance Captain America and not the actual, you know, the big statue that I was showing you earlier. But a lot of these Marvel Mighties are the first appearance of these particular characters. You got Dr. Doom here. Dr. Doom is the first appearance. Let's see how much he's going for right now. 1.4K. So, yeah. So, highly recommend you watch that video. I mean, they do explain, they actually did some research and why, you know, it's possible that this could be, these Marvel Mighties could be actually a game in the future. So, let's look at some of the other collectibles right now. I do know the Disney NFTs are absolutely mooning right now. So Disney, so the Iron Man, I got one of these and I posted on my Instagram stories at around 800 gems. I got one for 845 gems. And right now, the floor price right now is at 2.7K. So that's absolutely crazy. And it also helps that, you know, the Iron Man 4 movie trailer just came out like a couple days ago. So that's pretty cool. And C-3PO, how much is he worth right now? He is 3,200, 3.2K. R2-D2, remember looking at him, he was around 2,200, 2,300 gems a couple of weeks ago. Now he's 6,500, right? 6,500K, 6.5K. And the Walt Disney Mickey Mouse partner statue, this one's a grail piece. Right now, 28.9K. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, Superman. Superman has absolutely mooned as well. So Superman, Superman right now, I think I saw he was like close to 8,000, right? Yeah, 7.9K. So he's at 8,000. So just a few days ago when I made my Veve video, right? The floor price of Superman was at 5.4K. So it's now up another 2,600. Crazy. Crazy. What else? Givenchy. This is another NFT that I was willing to, spend the gems on. This one right now is almost 11,000, right? Basically 11,000. And just a few days ago it was at 8.4K. So a lot of these NFTs right now are absolutely mooning right now. Absolutely mooning. So, but moving forward, guys, upcoming this week, we do have a comic book that's dropped every single day for the rest of this week. So earlier today, we had the Amazing Spider-Man. We do have another drop coming in 14 hours and 26 minutes at the time of me making this video. So you will be required to have at least 7 gems. So it does require 6.99 gems. So every single day this week, there's going to be a comic book drop. Now, if you're new to Veve, it's very hard to get in on the drop. I was not able to get the comic book drop today, but I did manage to grab one on the secondary market. But, give yourself a chance because you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, right? So at least give yourself a chance. If you can turn like 7 gems, and if you get lucky, get a secret rare, you might end up turning that 7 gems into like 1,000 gems, right? Yeah. So guys, again, I want to remind you guys with Veve right now is that if you're putting money into the Veve app, right now you're not able to cash out your gems into fiat, but in the future you will be able to. I mean, Veve is working on these regulations and the KYC and all that, that stuff that's not very exciting for me to talk about, and frankly, I don't really care about. But eventually, they will be able to allow you to at least cash your gems, convert your gems into fiat, or you can actually sell your collectibles or comic books into OMI token. So that is going to be on just around the corner. I don't know how long it's going to take, but that will happen sometime in the future, okay? So right now, like I said in my last video, if you're planning on playing around with Veve, put in some money that you're willing to like part ways for the next little while, that you don't need the money for, for any expenses in your real life, right? So anyways, I think I'll leave the video at that. So keep your eyes on Veve, guys. And also, before I go, now if you guys want even more Veve content, I'm not like a big Veve expert, but at least I do follow, Veve. But there are some Veve YouTube creators right now that I consider are experts. One is Taps Trades. I recommend you go follow him. Randy Chavez. So the real Randy Chavez. I recommend you follow him. He does seems like for the last few days he's been doing like 2-hour streams just answering people's questions. So highly recommend you follow him. So yeah, guys. For now, just follow those 3 guys because those are 3 YouTube Veve influencers that I usually check from time to time. And there's also other Veve channels as well that put out some very good content, but I just can't remember on the top of my head right now. But guys, I'm going to leave the video at that. If you guys like the content, like the video. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.